Classic poet once said, X gun give to you. F waiting for you to give it on your own. X gun deliver to you. Knock knock, open up the door, it's real. With the non-stop pop-pop of stainless steel. Words to live by, wisdom to consider in these new days, times. But we are here on it to embark on a new journey, diving into XCOM 2 and its content with the War of the Chosen expansion, as well as some quality of life mods that hopefully shouldn't affect things too much on the balance or technical side. Sometimes mods don't play that well together, so hopefully not too many bugs. But yeah, we'll have to kind of check it out and see. I'm going to be going ahead and starting on the Commander difficulty. This difficulty did kick my ass like back when I first played the game, so I do think it's very possible that this could be a failed run potentially, but you know, you don't know until you try, and it's going to be a nice long road of several videos to get there anyways. I do think we should be able to handle it really well if we play it on the veteran difficulty, but we like a challenge. We don't want it to be too easy, and we're going to be basically going for a full Iron Man, which is like the hardcore difficulty. Death is permanent for the characters. There's a chance I'd reset if like a bug killed my character, if there was like some glitch or mistake or something like that, as I've heard has happened to people in the past. But you know, generally speaking, I'm going to avoid that. I'm just going to go with the Commander difficulty without loading in too much. Gonna go ahead and talk a little bit over the intro video. Of course, check out the subtitles and everything. But basically, I played quite a bit of the first XCOM Enemy Unknown, and through that happens 20 plus years before this game. We've got a little few of the characters that you would recognize if you played that game, but basically you had the forces of Earth rallying together under a banner, a corporation called XCOM, or military organization, in order to try to prevent the destruction of their world. The aliens start invading, they start taking over everything, they start bringing greater and greater forces to reinforce their position as they consider Earth theirs for the taking, and they try to incorporate all the Earthlings into their growing and gigantic empire, which already includes plenty of other alien races. So plenty of other planets, plenty of other groups that will be fighting were originally free races that weren't part of this whole system. However, I think they're called Eternals, something like that. They are kind of the de facto leaders. They've been able to coerce these different alien forces piece by piece, and now, 20 years later, they've taken control over many of the human citizens. So these will be scientific researchers, humans obviously, who are working for the Advent, who are working for the aliens. And even these soldiers here themselves are human for the most part. Oh boy, here we go. So this, I believe, is a Reaper. This would be something that was added in War of the Chosen, so I'm less familiar with them, but they seem like kind of like a rogue, sneaky, scouty kind of guy. Or girl. And they're going to be going... Okay, so this is a rehash of the cutscene that originally came out before War of the Chosen, where we meet this character here in the suit. The plot line that comes into play here is XCOM 1 was a failure. XCOM Enemy Unknown, the canon storyline is that it was played on the brutal difficulty, or whatever the hardest difficulty is, and 99 times out of 100 you would lose those. You would fight as hard as you could, but eventually get overwhelmed as the forces become more and more organized from the opposition. This here is like a propaganda channel for the aliens. They've taken control. Is that Paris, I guess? They've taken very clear control over all of the world and are starting to genetically modify humans and make people think that this is them being brought in to be part of something bigger in the universe rather than, being controlled and manipulated.
In response to the unprovoked intrusion on the eve of our most beloved celebration, the speaker reaches out to us.
small number of dissidents again repeat the mistakes of the old world. Striking as we celebrate the benevolent savior of time and
So the idea is now 20 plus years later, XCOM was demolished, destroyed, went underground, and now they're trying to take the world back. They're trying to strike back. They feel like they have the resources to do so, even though the aliens clearly have a strong foothold on the land. And the catalyst for this is the guy that you saw in the containment system there, in the back-to-tank or whatever. He was actually the commander that you play as in the first game. So you were the commander, you were this guy, that the brains of the operation, trying to fight things off, and while you did fail, you proved to be like the best chance that humanity had, and that's why they're like dissecting you and researching you and your brain or whatever. Now we've got this action going on. This is the gate crasher opening that's gonna make it possible to get to you. So yeah. And this is part of the whole tutorial system, so we'll get a couple of soldiers here in a second to play around with after we see what happens here. So yeah, the stuff adding Reapers and Templar and one other group, Skirmishers, I'm not as familiar with that stuff, as well as the extra features and challenges the Chosen will offer, but should be interesting. Alright, setting up the bomb.
Loud and clear. Okay, Gatecrasher. Your turn.
I feel like they could have dropped off more than 2 people here, but you know. Yeah, so XCOM 1 was a blast, one of my favorite games of all time. I tried the Longmore mod a bit, but like in general, it's just a really good game. XCOM 2, like I said, wasn't able to get through it, and now I'm curious to kind of run it back.
We need to move on the package before they figure out what we're up to.
Alright, so it will kind of give some basic stuff. In fact, it'll probably like limit our actions to a few basic things to get us started, teaching you about movement and stuff like that. So yeah, we'll move to this position. This is just a standard movement, and then you can move a second time if you want to like you know, double your range of distance. The difference between the two, though, you can either click like one spot and then another spot, or outright you can just click into the yellow space, and that's what they would call dashing, which allows you to avoid attacks from overwatched enemies. So if enemy is holding position, waiting for you to pop out, and you run for it, it's gonna be better than if you like make 2 walking movements.
Stay out of sight until we're ready to strike.
Copy that.
And we're off. So
Keep to the shadows until you're absolutely set. We'll only get one shot at this.
in the shadows.
alright, so we got concealment. So this is going to be talking about how the ambushing sequence works. Where basically you'll put guys forward, you'll put them in a position where they're ready to all attack at once right off the bat. And so we'll move them all in. We're going to stay outside of like there's like a mist or a fog of war or something like that. That indicates that you're out of sight. Oh, yeah, these red eyeballs. So if you touch the red eyeballs, then they see you. But if you're even close to them, guards can patrol towards you. I don't think that'll happen here. I think they're static. But in the future situation with concealment, you'll have to worry about guards walking towards you and you overlapping.
Remind me to thank the old man.
Alright. Alright, that's one of the commander guys. These guys, the red guys are pretty tough. I think they have some psionic abilities. They definitely are much stronger stat-wise, but it looks like they were pulled off for a distraction to the side.
Permission to engage.
Do it.
Alright, so we want to try to do the Overwatch thing, which would then allow us to attack simultaneously, effectively, but it doesn't look like that's an option. That would allow us to attack before they get in cover. So we're just going to hit the best option here, which is the 94%, and given it's a tutorial, we should get a kill here. Nice. Now they're alerted, however, and they're going to take cover. There's half cover, which is the half shield, and there's full cover, which is the full shield. And that's going to make it harder for her to hit.
They can first and celebrate later. No problem.
Alright. It's going to have her move up here, which isn't always the best. Usually you want to stay away from cars. The reason is if they take a shot at you and miss, then it'll hit the car, usually set the car on fire, and then it has like 1 to 3 turns before it blows up. So it could blow up right immediately. But we're going following the tutorial. We're going for the shots. This guy, definitely a better angle on him. And we'll go ahead and take him down to foam. And he drops something for us to pick up later. Alright, so have cover. They can break down your cover a little bit too, but yeah, he's going to be fine. On the other hand, she's too far forward, so she's going to get flanked, definitely killed off. Like, that's almost guaranteed. That's why you have to like worry about those cover positions and how fast your enemy can move. So, I guess it's supposed to be kind of dramatic that Ramirez gets killed off, but I mean, this is round 2 of combat with these guys, and they're already making that pretty big mistakes. Did you learn nothing? So they're teaching you how to flank enemies, just like they flanked us, but I do believe this guy's movement speed would be enough for him to just come out here and kill us, if he wanted. We'll have to see if these are just cannon fodder to teach you the game or what. But now we got the flank on him, the yellow here. It's pretty much guaranteed hit and a very likely crit as well. Does just do the 3 damage, 40% crit. Okay. But yeah, oh no, he's just backing off instead of pushing us. And then, oh, okay, just for the cutscene narrative. And alright, so this guy was our like number 2 man in XCOM 1. So he's a bit older, more grizzled, obviously, been through a lot, but yeah, this was the guy that always kind of gave us advice, our major domo, or if you want.
You're late. What have you been doing down there?
Alright, and yeah, these are the Advent soldiers. They're basically human, but with a lot of, I think probably septoid DNA, a lot of that. Some kind of
human hybrid soldiers.
Yeah, hybrid combination of
Advent's
genetics.
reward for obedience and service.
We've all heard rumors. I just never believed it was true.
No one wanted to, but we find what we're looking for today. I promise you that's gonna change. Let's move.
Looks like that transmission went through. You have an Advent transport closing on your position.
Okay, so I guess this flare marks the dropship that'll be coming in. And they gotta, like, reposition. So there's probably enemies ahead inside the building, and there's gonna be enemies coming from behind wherever that flare is. So we have to worry about that. So it looks like they want us to go here. Okay, and they're showing you Overwatch. Overwatch is probably the best ability that you have in this entire game. It fires on the first enemy that moves within your line of sight. There's an aim penalty to it, but the fact that they're not in cover means that it's still going to be better than most of your in most moves you can make to try to hit. We'll just cruise through here. Ignoring glass, not a big deal. I guess they're already alerted to our presence, so no reason to be quiet about it. Jane Kelly. Miss Kelly is going to go ahead and pick up an item. Yeah, so you can basically have these items that you'll be able to use at the end of the mission to upgrade your stuff. Sometimes it's like unique to the creature you just defeated, sometimes it's generic stuff, but either way it can be pretty good. So she's chilling here. Yeah, she's taking cover at the shield to make sure she doesn't get attacked from behind. And here comes the cavalry. And those red boys are really scary, for sure.
Reinforcements just hit the ground.
At least early on. I'm sure they'll be like one of the easier things I'll fight if I end up making it to like the 20th mission or something, but for now. Okay, so over here we see the Overwatch. He's going to go ahead and take a shot, and yeah, it'll get a kill for sure in that position. So it's a 66%. So 66% chance to hit when they're just running out of Overwatch. And then we're going to see him move here. Guess he's covering the flank. And Overwatch I think would be better here, because yeah, 66% is nice, but it doesn't let me do that, so we'll just go for the shot on the guy that I can actually kill. Nope, it really wants me to hit this guy that is not going to die to even a critical hit. Because crit is 5, I believe. What the? Alright, so she's going to move in. Walk. There you go, you got it. Now this door, I think, had a lock symbol on it, so yeah, they're going to show hacking now. Yeah, so green on the door means you can just click it open, no problem. And we're going to hack it. So I forget if there's like a minigame attached to this. There is, okay. So this is where you basically have a risk-reward aspect where no matter what, you're going to unlock the door, but you also might be able to get one of two things. There's a small chance you'll get a nice buff here, and an even smaller chance you'll get this. Yes, soldier immunity is massive, but that's not so unlikely. We'll just do this one, and we'll see what happens. And most likely it's just going to be neither. Yeah, not even close. Well, that's fine. She's technologically advanced enough to be able to get that pretty likely. So I can't move Buddy over here. He's already taken his shot, but we can move John Bradford, Central. Back on over.
Let's hope our intel was good.
This is the place.
Are you sure?
Yes.
That's the
Looks like
guy.
There's an access panel attached. If you got me a better look, I might be able to.
Next time. Let's get out of here.
Soldier can carry unconscious, dead, or bleeding out units. This allows a soldier to retrieve a fallen comrade. Yeah, you don't want to leave their like equipment behind in a bad situation when you need to evacuate, and you don't obviously want to leave an injured person that might be able to survive behind. So, I guess we're gonna hit 3 here, carry unit, and pick up the man himself, who's probably had some genetic modifications of his own, but at that or they're just like really trying to investigate what's going on in his brain or something like that. It's been a while, I don't know. Alright, this guy's probably screwed. Yup. Oh my gosh. 7 damage? Set by default? It's insane. That will kill like any of your rookies.
Pressure one is down. You have to get out of there.
Alright, that guy didn't take full cover, but she's flanked. Oh, shoot. I guess it was too much movement for him though, so he's not, Can we shoot back or no? They don't want us to. They want us to leave. Alright. Wait, we're going deeper into the building. How's this an escape route? Ah, so they're showing grenades. Not as lethal with firearms, but can damage multiple units and destroy cover and walls. And you get like this area effect. So this is definitely not how area grenades used to look, at least not the 3D. I think it just had like a little circle, but I like the little 3D aspect that they added with the mod. Kind of just gives it a bit more fleshed out vertical space. I mean, I might be misremembering stuff, but I definitely don't remember. I remember it being a bit finicky to aim, as a matter of fact, and I don't remember it looking like that. Alright, so he can still run pretty fast with the guy on his shoulders, but he obviously can't fight very effectively with that being the case. Multi-purpose combat rifle. Alright, this guy's coming in. He's probably going to kill her. I mean, she technically got in a cover position. Oh, she's lucky. I guess she's probably an important character. Oh, he's going for the guy carrying the commander. Holy crap, Bradford's down to 1 health. This is the guy with probably the most voice acting in the whole game, and he's like on death's door here. Alright, press evac zone. Call the Sky Ranger. It's your drop ship, or in this case, pickup ship. And it'll take a little bit of time to get here, so you have to kind of stall until then.
You don't need to tell me twice.
Alright, oh no, Okay, apparently not. You just get it. I guess because it's like nearby or something. Okay, so he's good. Unit stacking, standing. Oh, so it's like hovering above and he's just gonna rope up. Okay. Alright, if you can't hit people climbing ropes, I don't know. I guess it was the ship was flying away at the time. But yeah, so now the lab is ruined and we get to see what this was all about. Ooh. That's new. Is this the chosen stuff? Interesting. That part wasn't in it. Now, I spoiled it a little bit, but we'll see who this is here in a moment.
Carefully! There's potentially decades of atrophy to contend with.
Wish we had more time.
I don't disagree.
But as it stands now, we risk losing the patient if we don't begin the removal procedure immediately.
So I believe he's got like a control chip embedded with him, or in him or something like that. Like they basically hacked into his brainstem and tried to make him malleable like the Advent soldiers are.
20 years ago. We were still calling it a war back then. We had no idea what was coming.
Response from the cerebral cortex. Good. Prepping for cranial intrusion.
Okay, so getting a little flashbacks to the Fen men who installed them in the first place.
I've managed to identify the connection. Preparing to make final incision.
These readings are getting really erratic.
Of course they are. These implants were never designed to be removed. We are risking severe...
No plan B here, people. Do it.
Yeah, they're basically saying if he's not on our side, he should be on no one's. Yeah, so some flashbacks to the original invasion.
Doctor!
And the fall of XCOM. Those mutants. They're so scary.
Pupillary response normal. Vital stabilizing. Procedure complete.
Told them it would take more than that to keep you down. Welcome back, Commander.
Pretty dope. I think I liked how they paralleled the
Glad to see you're finally coming out of it.
fall versus the rise.
Don't envy the headache you must have, though. Still, can't fault Dr. Tigan. Especially as no one's even attempted something like this before. Easy. We're still not entirely sure what they did to you. That chip was buried halfway into your skull. Lost a lot of good soldiers looking for you over the years. Almost gave up hope you were still out there. Acted on the intel as soon as I got word. Not sure what you remember, but a lot's changed. Did the best I could, but the last 20 years have been tough without you. You feel like catching up. Shen has the archive up and running on your terminal.
So basically now the Resistance is on the run and is hiding underground and
when you're ready. There's some things
using actually a mobile base to try to avoid capture as best they can. They've gained more resources and support over time to try to get back in play. As basically this is humanity's last hope of bringing it all back. Hopefully, presuming that the aliens are moving off to other planets or not as focused on this position anymore. Though they soon will be as we kind of escalate things.
Impressive, isn't it? Capable of generating immense power, yet completely harmless to human life. If only the same could be said for the rest of the aliens' technology, Commander.
Dr. Richard Tigan, Chief Science Officer. I am responsible for the entirety of our research here, as well as the procedure you so recently
Chief
underwent.
Science Officer has a tendency to go a little too far with his research and, yeah,
I'm not
admire
sure
the
since
aliens
we
as much as he does
we
despise them.
found something while removing you from the alien stasis suit.
I think the last guy, the guy in the first one, betrayed us at some point or something like that.
Occipital lobe. Had I access to the equipment available to me during my tenure at Advent, I would already know the precise nature of its function. However, given time and your approval, of course, Commander, I assure you, I will find out. Which brings to light an additional point. Though aspects of this facility are indeed impressive, I am but one man. Were you to direct additional support personnel and resources to me,
Actually, I
could
think Shen was
substantially
clean. I think Shen was
improve the
fine.
speed of all
There was a
our
guy when the
research.
expansion came out that was interconnected with
Farewell,
the
Commander.
other
On
faction.
your order, Commander.
I think that's
We'll
more what I'm
begin
thinking of.
researching the Advent chip for possible insights as to its function.
Right, so alien biotech. So now they're just teaching us how research works. One day, you basically just want to get whatever cost and resources you need to make sure it's a short time and keep your number of scientists up high as well. But the idea is that you're going to be fighting for resources from every angle. Your technology guy, or like your science guy, your tech materials, that kind of stuff. Alright, got some soldiers available.
Kelly was instrumental in the op to get you back. She earned enough experience for a promotion. We should take care of that now.
Yeah, so I am running with a mod called Commander's Choice. So normally when you promote a soldier, it'll just randomly give you a role. But for this, I'm going to go ahead and give her her own role and choose which one it's going to be. So it basically just allows you to have a slightly better balance on what your classes are going to be. And considering my others, I'm going to go ahead and start her off with the Ranger.
The Ranger serves as our primary reconnaissance unit, capable of moving independently in concealment while engaging enemies at close range.
Even though she was kind of doing the hacking stuff before, we got that covered. Or we will. So, she's got Slash, she's got Sword Attack, and you can, as you go to Squatty, Corporal, Sergeant, etc., you get to unlock some really cool new stuff.
Commander, to the bridge.
Alright, so this is the whole base.
When we get the thing, you'll be the first to know.
Attention. Unauthorized presence detected.
Commander, give me a second. Execute Echelon Protocol.
Attention. Senior command exchange confirmed.
I had wanted that to be a little more ceremonious, but we've got something. A local resistance cell just located this hybrid magnetic power converter that Shen's been pushing us to find. They tracked the device to a nearby Advent convoy and are attempting to take it down. If we can bring this converter back in one piece, we might actually get this place up and running and give the aliens a real war for a change.
Yeah, so your either missions are going to be based on trying to rescue civilians, hit key points of interest, and attack them, or get some key technology items. Alright, so this is our team. This is our squad. I'd like you to meet our individual characters here. Let's see if we can highlight them somehow. We can unequip squad. No. Unequip barracks. No. Okay. How do we zoom in on these guys? Alright, we've got Squatty, Jane Kelly, who we met on the last mission. Along with that, I'd like you to meet our rookie Blake Baldwin. We've got Jason Borders. And we've got Dylan Davis. These are going to be our first on the chopping block for recruitment. These rookies going into their first mission here. As far as what we can offer them, it doesn't seem like it could be too much different. I think this is going to be basically the same, right? If you look at Kevlar armor and resistance, Kevlar armor is the same thing, it's just like appearance. Health 41265. Yeah, so it's gonna be the same either way. I think it should say the difference. Probably just one of the mods allows for variations there, but I like the design here. Yep, so we just start with the assault rifle, frag grenades, very basic stuff. I think you know, you can get like stun grenades and stuff like that later, but incendiaries maybe. Either way, we got what we have, and everything's gonna be pretty clear cut. We're gonna keep the shotgun on Kelly, even though she does have the sword, because she's just gonna be specializing in close range activities regardless, and she's good with both those weapons. But yeah, we're good to go. And let's launch the A-team out, see what we can do with them. Now, hopefully we don't Oregon Trail this one and have everybody die of dysentery on their first adventure. It will be tragic when they do. But for now, they're equipped and ready to roll out and see if they can hold their own in a real fight.
Which can only mean one thing. These people sacrificed everything to give us this shot. We need to recover that converter at all costs.
So we're neutralize all targets, recover the converter. We'll try to pick up the supplies. Early supplies are going to be really important, so trying to get any items that are left over is important.
Looks like it may have been damaged during the fight. Energy readings are going crazy. I'm guessing we don't have much time before it explodes. Shen's working on a way to stabilize that thing, provided we can get close enough to access.
Okay, shotgun, she can go in first.
Stay in the shadows until we can get a better read on the situation.
So we'll get up here. Hopefully there's no enemies watching that exact spot, or we're going to be feeling very bad about ourselves real quick. So far, so good. So, no red. We can go ahead and just kind of push up real fast. I never felt like I was the best at concealment. I feel like a lot of the moves I made were suboptimal for my openings. So, hopefully I can avoid that this time around. Because concealment feels like it could be potentially extremely powerful. Alright. So we can get up on top of here, and that can give us a good point of leverage, but right now we're just going to try to see what's on the other side. So, Blake Baldwin, move up.
Commander, we have a chance to do some
Before breaking
serious damage.
concealment, consider putting squadmates into Overwatch in order to set up an ambush. We only have 7 turns, so there is a timer. Just like in the first XCOM game, when the expansion came out, there was something called Meld, which is very time limited as well. They want to incentivize you to move and not just, you know, set up for as long as you can. This is a decent position as well, so I'm going to go ahead and send somebody there. The question is who. I guess some people watching the high ground. We'll put Mr. Borders up there. And then we've got Dylan Davis, who can take position, but that is going to be too close to the enemies. So while we don't know exactly where they see, they definitely can see a little bit more up here. We can just climb on the vines here. Feels okay so far. Jane Kelly's going to be the one who wants to move up the most, but I am still worried. Like, this is a great position if the enemy isn't too close, but we just could easily be walking a little bit too far in. See these red eyes? That's what we want to avoid. So let's make sure we're nowhere near that stuff. Seems like it's mostly on the left, though. So I'm going to go ahead and put myself over here. I can just jump over this, so it shouldn't be a problem. Hopefully not too far up.
I have eyes on the enemy. Close.
Okay, you should be able to hack into that thing's safety protocols and stabilize it. Shen is uploading the fix right now.
Alright, so what do we have here? We have Overwatch All, Overwatch Others. So basically everybody but him? That's weird. I don't know why I'd want to do that, but... Alright, so the question is, do we put him up here? Ooh, okay, so we can open this up and start checking out what's inside. There could be enemies inside this. There could be this thing could be like an explosive reactor. All that sounds like a place I don't want my guy to hang out at for the moment. So we're going to try to take a smart position here. This a little bit far back. This feels a little bit far back too, but it is that nice double cover that we're looking for. And still kind of in good movement range for getting up to this position after. We just don't want them in the wide open if our concealment fades for whatever reason. Yeah, here's the patrol. Oh, it's gonna be close. We want to kill that commander off the rip if we can. Because that guy is intense. Alright, so this is probably our breach point. So we know that they're not going to move here. So what I'm going to do, I think it's a little dangerous to just go to this position and overwatch, because we definitely could be killed from over here. The weapon range is definitely a possible option. So what we're going to do is we're going to put Baldwin over here. And now we know who was up here, so we know whether or not we can actually move in. Ooh, tough call where we want to hit from. This guy's basically in the perfect spot, so he's not going anywhere. So it's more if Dylan wants to move over. This still seems like a pretty good option if he has a good line of sight. So right now he has no line of sight on the enemy. Hopefully that changes. Alright, he is in position to hit. Okay. So we're probably going to overwatch everybody, and then either have Jane Kelly move into a breach position, or... Yeah, because she can't really do the overwatch part. But as soon as you run in... Okay, so we'll have her ready to make her move. So I think what we can do is we can overwatch the two up top, which is like this, and like this. And then we're going to have Blake take the shot on the easiest target. Preferably, yeah, the admin officer is a lot better. We could grenade them, but that's usually used to break cover, which is going to be for later, for the most part, and I do not think he's in range right now. Yeah, it doesn't seem like it. So, we're just going to take the shot, and I think it'll be alright. I don't know what happens with her moves, but we'll have to see. Also, I'm curious what this green bar means. Could mean a lot of things. But yeah, we're going to go for the officer, see what we can do. Missed, unfortunately. Not off to the right start. We're revealed, and now the action starts. Come on, guys. 95%. Alright, we got 3 damage on him. Not the best, especially if he just found a flanking position. Oh my god. Is this how it starts? Are you serious? This game could feel really, really bad sometimes. Yeah, I mean, I get it, but... I don't know if I want to get up closer with her. She has 5 health. I'm more worried. So, can you do like a dash and slash within movement range? So yeah, you can, if she's within range of dash, I can do a blue move and then do a dash, or do a sword slash that will go to him. So this would be 2 moves, right? I don't know. I don't remember the details of how this works well enough to feel confident in just running up there. Like, I think I might be able to slash and then run back, but I'm not entirely sure. Is he in movement range in the first place, though? This is in movement range. This is not. Feels like that's an important detail. Yeah, I'm just not sure if I can dash back after. I would hate to lose her the very first round. I think I'm just going to go for a grenade play for now and see what happens after that. This is in the red because of this guy up here. She could pop up top, but that also is very risky. Feels like the best spots are taken. What if so could she shoot with her shotgun? F45. I feel like if I'm going to do anything, I'm going to throw a grenade here. Take out one of their key points of cover. And then I can always fall back. Now she can either finish... Nope. That's it. That's her move. Oh, that's not good. They got high ground on her too? She's marked. Okay. Oh no! Alright, half health. No cover. Oh god. Level 1, guys. Where have we found ourselves today? There goes our... Maybe might as well just gone for the sword slash at that point. Holy crap. Jeez. This game is just a bit too much. I don't feel like I did anything that wrong. It wasn't perfect, but... Alright. So, it's a little dangerous because you can definitely get flanked from here. But I don't really have much of a choice. I got 2 guys left alive. I have to make a kill happen. So we're gonna go take the shot on the obvious target. Try to execute him, and we do get the kill. Alright, unlocked rank. And ability point. So you scale up just based on events, which is kind of interesting. So what are we doing? He's bleeding out. How long does he have? Three turns, it looks like. Alright, that's not great, but it does give us some time. Can we hit this guy? It looks like he's got a shield here, most likely. Yes, he does. Half a shield. It's not a good angle. And going out here would be suicide. So, just going to be playing from here.
Here I come.
50-50. Or we take the guaranteed hit with the grenade. I really got to save the grenade for the commander, though. Who is always intelligent enough to take a really good cover position. What's gonna happen? Don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. Marked. Alright, so that increases their chance to hit. And we're fucked. Welcome to XCOM. We're starting back at level 1, apparently. We got 1 man alive.
We're taking heavy losses. We may have to adjust our approach.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe. I mean, I'm not sure, but it seems like it's not worked out for us so far. Oh, he's overwatching me, so I have to shoot him before I move. Okay. And then am I not allowed to move after that, or? Alright, so when you take your shot, your turn is done. You can move and shoot, but you can't shoot and move. That's important. Okay. What? How's that one miss? All the other hits in the world are going crazy. Oh no. Can you imagine? This is like your big resistance unveiling. You're like, haha, we're here. The war is on. Yeah, I don't think so either. He's on his last turn. He can't carry 2 people on his back. Or just call it GG. Say GG. Alright, Overwatch time. And GG. Well, guess we can go ahead and load the autosave. Campaign mission 1, turn 1, presumably turn 4. Let's go ahead and just reload to before the game began. Yeah, Iron Man doesn't seem as feasible anymore, because sometimes things like that happen. I know some of it's a skill issue, like I don't know exactly what I'm doing, and we're gonna have to learn it, but at the same time, that hurts. That really hurts. So, yeah. Yep. Yep. Yeah, so we'll figure out what's going on, and we will reload and retry next time we play. Thanks for watching. You have a good one.